What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about The Beekeeper. So let's get into that. The Beekeeper is Jason Statham's newest action movie, and basically the premise of this is a person that he actually cares for and cares for him gets scammed beyond belief, and all of her accounts get wiped out. And this beekeeper, who was part of kind of this secret society called the Beekeepers, goes on a rampage and basically wants to destroy this entire scamming empire. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pros for me. And for a movie like this, you expect nothing less but amazing action from Jason Statham. He rarely misses when it comes to action movies. He is always a huge action star, so the action here was pretty amazing. You know, there's a lot of different kind of wide angle, there's a lot more close up, there was a lot of sneaking around, some brutal kills. So there was just a wide variety of action here, and it definitely kind of stacks up with the action that we've seen in the past couple of years, you know, where this high choreography, intense, high caliber action to actually keep you engaged, and it can't be kind of generic old 90s, 2000s action, which this movie does kind of a little bit of a flavor of early 2000 action movies. It kind of does give me a lot of resemblance of like the Transporter era with Jason Statham in terms of action, but it still has really good, high quality, high choreographed, pretty intense action with some pretty good, amazing kills. And I kind of enjoyed the way the story kind of starts up. Of course, it's kind of a tragic event with this older lady that gets scammed, you know, almost $3 million worth of money, just zeroed out in a second. And it's unfortunate because things like this actually does happen in the real world, and it kind of scares you because you never know when something that might happen to you or a loved one. And the actions that Jason Statham's character takes, you know, seems reasonable. Obviously, he goes to a very extreme outcome just because of who he is and what kind of program he is and his skills that he has. But you can see the frustration why someone would want to do this, and it definitely sets up a good plot point to actually go on this rampage that he does. And I also kind of enjoyed the whole beekeeper aspect of it, where it's just this person that you would never suspect, but the higher ups in government know what the beekeeper program is, and when they hear the beekeeper is coming for them, they know how skilled this person is, what their involvement is. So I like the slight kind of underworld that they tried to build here. They didn't go too much in depth, which I thought was a little bit unfortunate. I'll go a little bit more of that in detail in the cons, but I like the surface level they kind of got into what the beekeepers are and how that kind of came about within this whole government. And apart from Jason Statham doing what Jason Statham does in every single movie, just being a total badass, I also really enjoyed Josh Hutcherson's character. I think he did a pretty good job in what his role was of being this kind of brat kid that has this scamming empire essentially, and him not taking this situation too seriously. And I have a little kind of things I want to compare it kind of more on the cons, but I still really enjoyed his character and his kind of personality. I think it brought a unique flavor to what's going on in this entire situation. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and get into the cons for me. And the biggest con would probably be just, we've seen these movies already multiple times. It's kind of hard to make a new action movie that isn't reminiscent of other action movies, but this one, apart from what I said a little bit earlier that felt a little bit kind of like Transporter, it kind of had a beat for beat plot line of the original John Wick, where instead of your dog getting killed and your car getting stolen, this person you care about gets scammed, you know, almost $3 million. So there's your motive. You know, instead of this person that's in this high society crazy assassin, you have the beekeeper, which is also in this kind of secret society, in a way, extremely dangerous, highly skilled kind of killer. You also have someone like Josh Hutcherson's character that is very reminiscent of whatever his name is in John Wick, the one that actually kills the dog, and how they're very arrogant and don't understand this kind of seriousness of the situation, where they're both kind of just laying around. Like Josh Hutcherson's character is kind of just like, who cares? It's just some sort of beekeeper. How dangerous can it be? And this kind of person that's kind of his protector is just like, that's going to be the last person you see before you die. There's nothing I can do. The person you just angered, that's it for you. You are going to die. This person is too skilled that we cannot save you. Very similar to John Wick, where he's like, you messed with the wrong person. This is John Wick. He is going to kill you. There's nothing I can do. So you kind of have that beat for beat plot line that sets up the movie, and a lot of things from kind of the first 30 minutes of the movie just felt extremely reminiscent of the beginning of John Wick. So besides it feeling like Transporter, it definitely felt like John Wick as well. And I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but I also wish they kind of explored a little bit more about what the beekeepers are. There's a part of the movie where he goes face to face with another beekeeper, and Jason Statham says, "Oh, so you're my replacement." So does that mean there's only one beekeeper? Is there multiple around the world? How does this society work? I wish they delved a little bit more into what the beekeepers are and how they came to be, which I kind of hope there is a sequel. This definitely sets up a nice sequel in a way where you can definitely see this becoming a little kind of franchise here, and Jason Statham just going around the world trying to fix certain things and different situations that people get themselves into, just like what happened with this older lady that being in this movie. But again, I just really wish it kind of delved a little bit deeper into what the beekeepers are and how they kind of came to be. And kind of my last gripe is the person that was actually able to go toe to toe with Jason Statham just felt a little cartoonish. It's this kind of just weird Irish dude that has these huge chops, only one leg. One of his legs is like a prosthetic leg. And he said that he killed a beekeeper before. And that's really his only kind of reason to kind of be in this situation in general. Why you even give him any credit at all is because he killed a beekeeper before. But he also says himself that he got lucky. So when you see this kind of guy that has like no military experience, no law enforcement experience, no really any hand-to-hand combat, go toe-to-toe with this so-called beekeeper or Jason Statham in general, just felt kind of a little off. I wish there was another kind of society that's supposed to take down beekeepers if they ever go rogue, like Jason Statham is kind of doing. So that kind of ending sequence, which was a pretty amazing sequence, the action between them two going hand to hand was awesome, but it just felt a little off that this was the person that actually kind of gave Jason Statham a run for his money. It was a little strange on that end. But there's not much to really nitpick here on this movie. This is a B-level movie, B-level action movie. Jason Statham can be an A-list star or he can be a B-level action star, and he can do both of them very well. So this is definitely a movie you can throw on, have fun with. A movie that's under 2 hours long, so it's definitely a very enjoyable watch. It doesn't feel like it's dragged out too much, and you can definitely have a lot of fun with it. But overall, let me know what you guys thought about the Beekeeper. I still think we're having a pretty good, kind of strong start to 2024. I really enjoyed the Beekeeper. I would definitely love to see this kind of turn into a little franchise here. I think that'll be actually pretty enjoyable. But again, if you guys like talking about anything movies, TV shows, or video game related, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing down below. I would love for you guys to join the Leo Nerd Talk family, and I'll see you guys on the next review.